Between 1919 and 1945, Germany went through one of the biggest transformations in history. After World War I, the country faced poverty and chaos, which helped Hitler and the Nazis to rise in the power. Their control and ideas led to the World War II and affected millions of people around the world. Their Führer's Face was produced by Walt Disney Studios in the United States during World War II as part of the government's propaganda campaign. Its purpose was to promote anti-Nazi feelings, boost American morale, and encourage support for the war by showing the harshness of life under Hitler's rule. The cartoon features Donald Duck dreaming that he lives in Nazi Germany, forced to salute Hitler and work endlessly until he wakes up grateful to be in a free country. This source is valuable because it reflects the attitudes and propaganda methods used in the US during World War II and shows how media influenced public opinion through humor and animation. However, its limitation is that it's highly biased and simplified, showing Nazis as purely evil and Americans as completely good, which reduces the complexity of the real historical situation.
The cartoon I will present is this one, is the Source 16, and basically the cartoon was drawn by David Law, a British political cartoonist known for his anti-fascist stance. It was published by 1934-1935 by a British newspaper, the Evening Standard. The cartoon was made after the Night of the Long Knives. The main purpose of the cartoon is to criticize and expose Hitler's brutality and the hypocrisy of Nazi regime, to show the moral corruption and betrayal within Hitler's inner circle as he murdered former allies just to consolidate power. The cartoon shows Hitler standing between two crosses marked Rome and Heinz. The shovel nearby suggests Hitler personally buried them after killing them. It shows contemporary Western criticism of Nazi Germany soon after Hitler's rise to power. It is also useful for understanding how foreign media perceived and represented Nazi violence, and it is very valuable as visual evidence of resistance through satire. And the cartoon represents a British external perspective. It doesn't show how Germans themselves perceived the event, and it also exaggerates for effect and has lack of detailed historical explanation. And also, Law was an anti-Nazi bias, so this can change the perspective of the source.
The source image shows a discursive construction of anti-Semitism in Nazi children's books. It was made by Elvira Bauer's Trusno Fox in 1936 from the Nazi Party. It appeared at children's books or posters aimed at shaping young German minds with anti-Semitic ideas during the rise of Hitler's regime. The purpose was to spread anti-Semitic propaganda, portraying Jewish people as manipulative, greedy, and corrupt. The image shows a large, grotesque man in a top hat and black suit, a stereotypical anti-Semitic depiction, leaning on a young German woman in traditional dress. In the background, children watch the scene, symbolizing innocence threatened by the Jewish corrupter. This is useful for understanding how Nazi propaganda demonized Jewish people, shows how visual media and children's literature were useful as powerful tools for ideological indoctrination, and how anti-Semitism became part of education. The image is one-sided and purely propagandist, not a factual or balanced representation of Jewish people, and it does not show how all Germans reacted. Many disagreed with Nazi ideology.
Nazi propaganda poster titled Work, Freedom and Bread was created by the National Socialist German Workers' Party in the early 1930s during the Great Depression in Germany, intended for the working class with the purpose of gaining political support. Its purpose is to persuade German citizens to support the Nazi Party by promising them solutions for unemployment and poverty. This poster shows a strong male worker symbolizing national strength and productivity. Its title focuses on people's basic needs and their desire for safety and stable life. It gives us a clear look at how Nazi propaganda connected people's economic problems to their ideas. It also helps us see why their messages work so well, using simple and emotional ideas to gain support. However, the poster only represents the Nazi point of view. It does not address the violent and oppressive aspects of their ideologies or the harm they caused by their policies later.
Thank you for watching. Wait until the next report of anti-Nazis.